Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. I'm Gregory Jr. with Chrysalis. We are technology experts with over 2 decades of experience in the technology solution space. Some of our customers include Temper, MetaFast, and Pinkerton Academy, and that's just a few. We're excited to have you join us today for a powerful conversation that could reshape the way your business communicates, collaborates, and most importantly, a communication solution that is truly different from anything you've seen before. Today, we're going to discuss Wildix, the first unified communication platform designed for business growth. In the next 30 minutes, we're going to show you how Wildix doesn't just connect calls, it connects opportunities. Again, thank you for attending today. I want to introduce Devin Crowson, another team member at Chrysalis. Devin, take it away.
Hey, Greg, thanks so much for the introduction. Like you said, my name is Devin. I'm with Chrysalis. I'm excited to be sharing the information with you today. And I wanted to start with a question. Is it time to transition away from our on-premise phone systems? Think about these items, right? 60% of businesses with an on-premise system are experiencing downtime. Some of those reasons are your hardware failure, you have power outages, natural disasters. Another aspect that we can think about is going to be 70% of employees are now working remotely at least one time a week. And that's changing kind of how we're having to run things, right? And the standard has changed, right? 99.999% uptime is the new standard for phone systems. So I want to talk about some of these challenges that we have in business and how we can actually solve those challenges. Think about businesses with multiple locations, right? Weather and disaster resilience. These are all things that we have to figure out solutions for in business. Hybrid workforces, right? The workforce is changing. Security, AI as another component. These are just things to name a few. But think about businesses with multiple locations. We see a lot of M&A activity, merger and acquisitions, right? Where companies are acquiring multiple companies within a short period of time. And we're having multiple locations using separate phone systems. And not only is that increasing cost, but it's actually making communication difficult between the different sites. Think about weather and disaster resilience. I know we talked about it a little bit already, but on-premise physical hardware, these are legacy systems, and we're utilizing them to withstand extreme weather conditions, right? If you're in the Houston area, you're going to be familiar with something like Beryl, right? Hurricane Beryl came through, and it caused a lot of disruption in businesses and individuals, right? Think about how businesses were affected, the systems that went down and the struggles that came along with that. And we have to find solutions to solve those problems. Right? We also have hybrid workforces. Remote worker is becoming a common for all businesses, and we need scalable and efficient, easy to manage systems to address that challenge in business. Now, security. I know it's a thorn in all of our sides. Thinking about compliance. We know things like HIPAA. We know things GDPR, SOC 2. Security can be that thorn in your side, or it can propel your business forward. I'm excited to talk about that. But there's also another component, the AI adoption aspect, right? How do we adopt AI? I'm excited to share with you guys some of the amazing opportunities that we have to integrate AI into our business. Think about having a virtual assistant, right? I know we're all busy people. We have back-to-back meetings. We're used to running from HQ back to the home, sending summaries, taking notes during these meetings. I'm guilty of it as well, right? We're so busy and we're trying to keep up with all of the tasks at hand. But what we can utilize with a virtual assistant is a 30% time reduction. This means we're spending less time on those administrative tasks, and we're focusing on the things that really matter. I like to call it active presence, right? We don't focus on taking notes in our meetings, but we're actually focusing on the things that matter, the people, the business growth, the opportunities that's propelling our businesses forward. That's why we see a growth in the market of AI, is because it's allowing us to grow our businesses, right? We see an adoption rate of about 80% with the UCaaS providers by the end of 2025, integrating all of these amazing AI features into their platforms. They're doing this because business owners are looking and making the decisions based on these AI capabilities, right? They're critical whenever choosing the different providers because they're providing those efficiency avenues, right? That 20% reduction in expenses through AI optimization and those workflows, it's amazing. And that's why the business is growing. Now, cloud architecture benefits are some of the things that we want to talk about as well. We're seeing that when businesses are migrating from an on-premise phone system to a cloud PBX or a phone system, we see a 2.5 times return on investment on average within that first 3 years. That's huge. 40% cost reduction on the actual infrastructure and savings, right? A 60% adoption rate is why it's happening, right? These businesses are moving towards the cloud products by 2025 at a 60% rate. These things are huge. It's massive. It's where the industry is moving. Now, some of the security advantages that we want to discuss is it's becoming a massive mover for security, because when you're migrating to cloud, we see a 94% reported better security, right? These things are leading to 25% fewer security issues with integrated solutions. What does that mean? It means that when you put all of your systems together in a secure environment, there's less incidents, there's less room for those errors. That's why businesses at a rate of 60% are choosing security, right? They're focusing on security as a decision factor. These things are also amazing, you guys, and I'm excited to go into more detail, but I'm going to actually hand it off to one of our Wildix experts. Matt is going to take it over. He's going to share a lot of information with you guys and go into the details with things. So Matt, if you want to go ahead and take it over.
Thank you very much, Devin. And as mentioned, my name is Matt Hostacky, and I'm a sales engineer for Wildix. I've been at Wildix for coming up on 4 years, been in the industry for 12 years. And over the course of my career, I've helped many organizations realize the full potential of their communication system. And that's what Wildix is. It's a communication system, but it can, of course, it's a phone system, but it can be much, much more. It can help your business save money, make money, create operational efficiency, better customer experience, better employee experience, these sorts of things. So my job today is as a tour guide. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Wildix and our solution and introduce some ideas for your business. Keep in mind that Wildix can be your phone system, but it can also support your business in many other ways than just making phones rings, if you'd like. So with that said, let me pick up where Devin left off. Security. It should be a cornerstone of every business and application you use, but it doesn't have to be something that is bothersome or cumbersome to you. Wildix keeps you secure while making it easy. We have single sign-on for all your devices. And if you're not familiar with single sign-on, it just uses Google or Office 365 login, which you use every day, to log into other applications such as Wildix with a simple click. Makes it easy, and it makes it more secure because you're not writing down passwords and scribbling them on notes and post-it notes and things like that. Next, everything on our system is securely transmitted. We encrypt everything. And if you're not familiar with WebRTC, web meaning browser, RTC, real-time communications. And this means that there are no downloads. There's no applications to manage. And it makes it easy and more secure for your business and your employees. Denial of service, or DDoS, they're real attacks. They're out there. And Amazon Web Services, that's what we use. This helps us mitigate any such types of attacks. And last, every system globally that we have out there from a Wildix perspective is monitored by our NOC. And any types of intrusion or attacks allow us to be proactive in mitigating any sorts of issues out there. Now, I mentioned Wildix uses AWS or Amazon Web Services. They are the #1 cloud platform provider in the market today. They're robust, they're secure, they're scalable, and Wildix can be deployed anywhere in the world. I mentioned WebRTC, and you'll see that in action a little bit later on when I do a live demo. But what WebRTC also allows us to do on top of being easy to use and secure is save money. It's more cost-effective than traditional phone or VoIP systems because it doesn't require a lot of overhead and management. Wildix can be deployed on your website and social media and other sales and marketing activities to help support customers, which can increase conversion rates by as high as 50%. If you're doing any kind of support, it streamlines the experience for your customers because they do not require anything special to communicate with your support staff. Just a browser and an internet connection. That's all that's required. And everybody has that in their hand with their mobile device. Last, 4 billion browsers worldwide are being supported by WebRTC right now. So it's in very wide acceptance. It's everywhere. Now, Wildix can support your business in many ways. We offer a webinar product for your marketing and support efforts. Collaboration is our soft phone that runs on any browser. Kite, I'll show you in a few minutes, but that's how you can incorporate Wildix into your website and existing social media, marketing, and sales efforts. WYSIConf is the video conferencing platform that we use. And Xcaracol is for agents and call groups or queues. And this allows you to get reporting on things like missed calls, abandoned calls, agent performance, wait time, average handling time, and much more. Last but not least, Wildix is a completely open solution. We've got open APIs, we've got webhooks, and we've got integrations into just about anything. If it's not already built out, we certainly can do it. Now, I mentioned collaboration, and that's our soft phone. And that's exactly what you should think of it as. It's just like your desk phone, but it does much, much more. And some of the features and functions that you'd expect to get out of collaboration would be things like audio and video calling, chat, instant messaging, faxing, virtual faxing, SMS support, conferencing and webinars, real-time presence and status. And we've got a great reporting and analytics tool for you. And of course, you're going to get your contacts and you're going to have phone books. We can do screen sharing, file transfers. And this is all built into a single pane of glass. And for those employees on the go and need remote capabilities, of course, we have a mobile app. We are device agnostic. So whether you're an Android or an Apple user, we've got you covered. Just go to your favorite store and download the Wildix app. Now, some of the things you'd expect to see out of our mobile app would be contacts, call history, chat, SMS messages. But above and beyond that, you can get things like your function keys. Now, people call these different things, BLF, DSS keys, but essentially think of it as those programmable buttons on your physical desk phone today. We virtualize those, and those can go with you anywhere. Now, a function key can be a colleague that shows presence and status. It could be a speed dial. It could be a day-night switch, right? So switch so that you can just flick it at any time and route your calls somewhere else in an emergency scenario, things like that. You can do your video calls here. Of course, your audio calls from here. Essentially, your business goes with you and you communicate how you prefer. Now, some folks out there might say, yeah, but I have video and chat through Teams right now. No worries. We've got something for you as well. Teams is a great collaboration tool, but it lacks a lot of the features most businesses need from their phone system. Things like advanced call routing, flexible scheduling options, advanced reporting, IVRs, call center capabilities, that sort of thing. So Wildix has a solution for you. And on the left-hand side of your screen, you'll notice this is our collaboration. We embed Wildix into Teams as a plugin, giving your employees the best of both worlds in a single pane of glass. They're free to continue to use chat and video from Teams while getting all of their calls routed to them in one interface. We can even sync presence between our systems and Teams. And on the right-hand side, we call this mode 2. And essentially this allows what we call PSTN calling. Otherwise, the ability to call any number, a cell phone, a landline, anything like that. If you're a Teams user and you don't have a calling plan today, you know what this means. It means you can only call internally, somebody else on that system. We can allow you to dial externally as well. All right. So now I'm going to pop into a live demo. And I'm going to go ahead and blow this up a bit. And I'm going to log out of this user because I want everybody to kind of see what the process is. We try to make it nice and easy. Once again, you'll notice I'm in a browser. I'm in Chrome. And if I pull up down here, you'll see Firefox, you'll see Edge. So it's supported on just about any browser. And you can always Google, does my browser support WebRTC? Easy enough. Now, as I mentioned, you've got single sign-on here with Google, Office 365. I'm going to sign in via email because this is not my corporate account. And I will get a code. So think of what you're looking at right now kind of like a CAPTCHA, right? Most people are familiar with this, right? It's essentially a security measure to make sure that it's not a robot, it's not a hacker or anything like that. Somebody hasn't stolen your identity. That's the process I just went through. I put my email in, I get a little code, off I go. So once I'm in here, once again, I'm showing you the soft phone. We have physical devices. This user actually has a physical device called the Welcome Console, right? And we try to make it easy. You can use a physical device if you want. You can use only the soft phone if you want, or we can use both of these. And I'll come back to this in a minute. On the left-hand side, you'll see tabs. Your inbox, that's your home screen. You've got history, so we can always filter your history at any time. Your favorites are those function keys. So you can see I've got some colleagues here that show presence and status. I've got a day-night switch. I've got some call groups if I want to monitor call groups. And it's incredibly easy if you needed to add something else. So if I wanted to add another colleague, all I have to do is click, and then I'll add that button right here. And the beauty is if you do have a physical desk phone and your mobile app, it will push this out to all of those devices. So this can be kind of like a centrally managed by a user so that you can have these speed dials and things like that. Got a tab for colleagues. And this is exactly it. This is everybody on this particular system. You can see all my little Mario characters here. And we can departmentalize it as well. So if you're a larger organization, you want to departmentalize this, or if it's multi-site, we can do that, completely customizable. And we have a tab for analytics as well. So think of this as every call in the system, we can run reports on anything. You want reports on outbound calls for specific people, we can do that. You want a report for just this week, we can do that. You've got your filters up top here, and you can see a date range. And if I want, I can go back, let's say a month, and you'll see this date is going to change. So that's your filter to kind of create whatever report you want. You can go by hour of the day, direction, so either an inbound or an outbound call, status, whether it was completed or missed. You can go by a particular number, particular agent being an employee, or client being somebody external, right? You've got all sorts of just tools and resources available to create all the types of reporting that you need. And once you have your report set, you just save a view, and you can even schedule this report. So if I want to, I can come in here, name it something. When do I want this delivered? Particular date or time of the week. You've got some examples of different formats that you can have this sent to you. And then you can even add other people. So if you're a manager or an executive and you want to distribute this to other folks, easy peasy, you can do it. So now I'm going to get back to the inbox. And like I said, yes, of course, this is going to be where you make and receive phone calls. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and make a phone call here. Now, once again, keep in mind, I'm showing you a soft phone, but you'll see that it says call on welcome console.
Thank you for calling
and behind me,
our system indicates you are calling
the audio is actually coming through this physical device. Well, what does that mean? It means I have call control. Now, if I click this little green button, you'll see it says continue on this device. I can move the audio from the physical desk phone behind me to here, or if I was logged onto my mobile app, I can move it to my mobile app. I can always put this call on hold. I could transfer a call, and it's as easy as typing in somebody's name or number. Whoops. Well, I just transferred it to
the number you are calling about. Press 1.
Just transferred it to Mario by mistake. So let me go ahead and make that phone call one more time.
Thank you for calling MCI.
And I'll show you the options here. So we can transfer to voicemail with a simple click. We can do an attended transfer. We can do a blind transfer. You can always end the call. We've got 3 dots here that will get you into creating an audio conference. If you're doing recording, you can do start, stop. And last, but certainly not least, Devin introduced you guys to the idea of AI. We've got live transcription with full sentiment analysis going on right now. And you can see it's picking up my voice as well as the auto attendant. And we're going back and forth right now. And you'll see in a moment, this transcription is going to pop up. You can download it. You can always get to those notes, right? So this is a great tool for your salespeople or really anybody in general, just to go back through that call. They've got the full transcription. They can, get a quick summary of that, which is probably a good segue into this chat here. So one of the things that we do internally, or that I've done before, is I'll have a chat with myself, and you'll see I have an external. This is my personal email, so I'm external to the system. And yes, you can do that. You can invite anybody external to the system with a simple email, and they can have a similar type of experience where you get instant chat communications with them. If I wanted to, I always have one click to schedule a conference or a meeting with this individual as well. Or if we're going back and forth in a live chat, I can simply click this button up top, the camera option, and immediately get into a conference and screen share and file transfers and all that fun stuff. Now, you might be looking at my screen and you'll see I've got a chat message in Spanish here. And the reason why I have that, I want to put some things in here because there's also what we call an AI assistant here. So if I click on this AI assistant, with one button, we can translate this. Think of your AI assistant exactly like that. They're your assistant. It's meant to streamline your business processes, free up your sales and support people to do more meaningful work, and automate the tasks that they're doing on a daily basis. A couple more examples here. I've got, what is this funky thing? I don't know. Let's see if AI can explain it to me. Simply, this is an API command, and it does a pretty good job of explaining. Now, the nice part here is we give you these ones in blue, but you can always kind of create your own. Think of this as if you've ever used ChatGPT or Gemini or these products, you can create your own prompts and name them. So essentially, you can create your own workflows and automations as an individual employee if you'd like. And one of the ones that I really like is if I'm on PTO a while, I love summarizing. So I might have a lot of messages when I get back from a couple of days off. I can actually go through and have AI summarize all of this for me without missing a beat. Now, I mentioned SMS. We have full SMS capabilities. This little purple square with the bubble on it, or the cloud symbol, SMS. And you'll notice my beautiful dogs here. Send some pictures to myself for some dogs. Who doesn't love a good dog? So you've got SMS capabilities. Another thing that I do want to kind of point out here is that this can work almost like a call center, a contact center. So if I want, who do I got? I'm going to go ahead and take this SMS message. And in a moment, it's going to tell everybody else that Luigi has taken this message, and you'll see Mario has fallen off here. So you can kind of treat these SMS messages the same way you could treat calls. Now, I mentioned Kite a couple times. And to give you kind of a visual of what Kite is, I'm going to go to the Wildix website. We've got Kite on our Wildix website. And you'll notice this is kind of, you're like, hey, it's a chat, engine or chat bots or something like that. Yeah, of course. But it's also individuals or call groups. So we can do an agentic chatbot. We can send chats to a group of individuals, just like audio calls, or we can send it to individuals and you can see their presence and status. So this can all happen on your website if you'd like. Now, what does it look like live? I'll go ahead and start a new conversation. I'll click on that and we'll do Matt. I'll wait for my little captcha code. And off we go. All right. So right now you're looking at, this can be the front end of your business and your website, and we can customize these options to whatever you want. This is in the vein of a car dealership. So I just put some frequently asked questions, locations, hours of service. So if I want, I can click on one of these and it's going to come back with the locations. Now, maybe I want to speak to a real, person. So I'll just type in sales. And you're going to see that it comes back and it added Mario and Luigi. And if I come back here, it gives me the previous conversation. It's added in live human beings. That's Mr. Luigi. I've got Mr. Mario over here. He can see this as well. And then your customer or potential customer has a live interaction with them, right? So let's walk through that one more time. We started with just a bot that we can train, that we can integrate into your systems. And we also have allowed it to hand off to an individual. Now, one more thing that I want to show you is we can do the exact same thing with an agentic voice agent. So you can do this with audio calls too. So I'm going to pull up my phone and make a phone call.
Hello, welcome to ABC Property Management. How may I help you today?
Maintenance.
Please tell me what your maintenance request is, your name, and your apartment number. Our normal maintenance hours are Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. For emergencies, please call 867-5309 and leave a message for Jenny.
Yes, my name is John Wick. My refrigerator's broken and my apartment's 622.
Your maintenance request for the broken refrigerator in apartment 622 has been noted. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Yeah, I want to talk to somebody about a new apartment.
Transferring you to the leasing department for assistance with a new apartment. Please hold.
Thank you. All right. So that was an agentic voice agent in the vein of a property management company. And this could be your auto attendant. It could field maintenance requests. You'll see that I clicked on this particular maintenance request. So we can actually take these requests and post it to a channel with individuals. So pretend Mr. Luigi, Mario, and Princess are the maintenance people. They just got a new notification of a maintenance request. We can integrate into systems. If we need to post this to a calendar or a scheduling application, we can absolutely do this. This is completely customizable. Now, I would love to take you through much more. There's so much more we can talk about, but unfortunately, we're a little short on time. So what I'd like to do is, one, thank you for your time. If you have more questions or you'd like more information, please reach out to the email and the number that you see on here. And now we're also going to open it up for Q&A. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. Okay, we've got some questions. How do we handle E911 requirements? So that's pretty standard. It's called Carey's Law and Raybaum's Act. It's required to, one, have a location, a specific location. When you dial 911, it has to pulse that to what we call the PSAP, the local emergency authorities. And that would say, you know, if it's like one building, smaller building, it would just probably be your location, your address. But if it's a school, we have to pulse out something like the address plus, room 301 as an example. We also have to send out a notification that when somebody dials 911, administrators or somebody else in the organization gets a notification 911 was called. Now, from a virtual perspective, actually, let me back up. From a physical device perspective, we basically submit a form with that E911 location. For virtual devices, they're going to use your geolocation. So if you're using the browser, it's going to use your geolocation. And if you're using the mobile app, it's going to automatically use the cellular network by default to make those 911 calls so that it gets to the correct PSAP or emergency alert locations. Yes, Michelle, I believe you're going to get a copy of this presentation. Troy, that's a great question. So what physical devices are supported? Wildix has its own proprietary hardware. So we've got all sorts of different phones and even headsets that are supported. It's going to make for a better quality experience, easier implementations, better feature sets, and above all else, it's going to be more and more secure. Having said that, yes, you're able to use things like Polycom or Yealink. We don't necessarily recommend them, but yes, you can use them. It's just not going to give you the best experience on our particular system. Betty, that's a great question. There is, we do have a hardware as a service program, which essentially the phones can be part of the monthly fee of the system. So once again, I don't want to speak on behalf of Gregory and Devin. You might be able to reuse your phones, but we highly recommend using the Wildix devices. And we have different programs to kind of ease that pain too. So there might be some trade-in programs or things like that. And once again, like I said, there's hardware as a service programs that just make it a part of your ongoing cost, and you can upgrade at any time. There's no reinvestment fees. If the device breaks, we'll replace it free of charge, not even shipping, different things like that. Would it be all cell phones? No, Betty, it would not be all cell phones. You can use a mobile app on your cell phone. You can use a traditional desk phone. You can use the app in the browser. You can use all three of them at the same time, or one, does not matter. For us, the key difference is if you're coming from what we call a legacy system, right? You're used to that desk phone. It just sits there. And if you're not at your desk, then you don't get calls. With our system, it doesn't matter. Your phone goes with you anywhere and everywhere if you want it to, right? So it can be a desk phone, but once again, I can get my same calls on my mobile app. I can get them in the browser. I have desk phones. I never use them. I always use the soft phone in the browser or my mobile app. As far as internal routing, we can handle anything you need. Great questions. What else do we got? Anybody else got questions out there? Well, if there's no further questions, let me hand it over to Devin and Gregory just to say goodbye and thank you, I'm sure. And once again, I appreciate everybody having me here. On behalf of the Wildix team, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining the webinar today. Once again, if you have any questions, you can always call us at 713-575-2608, or you can send us an email at ask@chrysalistechgroup.com. Thank you again, and looking forward to hearing from you.